Alright everybody, welcome back to part 38 of Dragon Quest VIII, of the Cursed King, and in today's episode we're gonna start up the final dungeon of the game, the Black Citadel. So yeah, we're just gonna fly on over there, right away. And whilst we fly, I have a few things to talk about here. First of all, in between episodes I went ahead and crafted 2 more Ring of Awakenings. So we're gonna have 1 ring each on the hero, Yangs, and on Angelo, so all 3 boys will be very well protected against the sleep type ailment there. And then, for Jessica, I went ahead and gave her the Catholican ring, which will protect her from all status ailments in the entire game, with the exception of instant death there. But, inside of the dungeon here, there's gonna be a boss which will blind your entire party, and, you know, since Jessica is my main physical damage dealer, I want her to be blind-proof, if you will. So, yeah, that's why I gave the Catholican ring there. But yeah, we're already here, so I still have a few more things that I want to talk about here in regards to our gear. So let's see. Yeah, first of all, as you can see here, I definitely recommend you equip a couple of agility rings inside of here, because enemy monsters are absurdly quick. So yeah, you want to be able to keep up with them. And yeah, we also got the Ring of Awakening here and the Mighty Armlet in case I need them. I definitely will need the Awakening ring there for later, but more importantly here, he's also got highly strung sheets on him, which we're gonna try on an upcoming boss. We're gonna psych up with them, and we'll also see a unique little animation there with Munchie, which is gonna be nice. Jagus here too has a Ring of Agility equipped, and then the Ring of Awakening he's got there for later. Jessica, Sally, will not have a Ring of Agility here, but you know, we can still rock the Mighty Armlet here, and she's got the Catholican ring for later. And Angelo here, as you can see, he's got the Timber of Tension, which he's going to be able to use a whole lot in here. Monsters have absurd amounts of health, so we're going to need Angelo to psych everybody up, and then we're just going to try and AoE them down as fast as we can. And he too has an agility ring, combined with the Mercury Rapier, will, well, top him up there at 146 agility, which is a lot. But even so, monsters are probably going to be quicker than him in here, which is, well, annoying to say the least, but yeah, alas, it is what it is. And you know, the Black Citadel here, not only do we have really strong monsters, but the place is really big, and it's very convoluted to navigate, so yeah, I'm gonna try and show you a good way, or a speedy way, through here. And yeah, I guess we can show this off too. I've changed up my tactics a little bit here. My tactics. Jagus here is set to show no mercy. He's probably just gonna, well, hopefully the computer will spam thin air with him as much as it can there. And then Jessica, she's gonna follow my orders. I'm gonna want to use the Kasnu spell on certain monsters in here. So yeah, there you go. And then, you know, as long as you just set him on get psyched up, he will use the Timber of Tension there automatically. So yeah, that is actually very nice. Now, these guys here, the Babongas, they're probably the easiest damned enemy in the entire Citadel. They have mediocre health, mediocre damage, and they have a Flame Breath which barely deals any damage, and holy crap, yeah, see, just look at that, the Timber of Tension is just insanely good, just insanely freaking good. But yeah, these guys are very easy, as you can see. I just typed up this place as being hard, and then we get the Babongas to start things off with here. Yeah, there you go. And let's see here, yeah, we are going to go to the right there in a bit. That's actually how you progress through the dungeon. However, here on the left side, and we're gonna hook a left again, over here you will find a map, which, yeah, it's very easy to miss the map here in this dungeon, yeah. But, yeah, just come on over here to the left side, this is where you'll find it. It's right at the beginning, it's just not very obvious where to get it, and yeah, as you can see, the dungeon is pretty damn big and confusing. But I'm just gonna give you some, well, broad strokes here, how I will move. We're just gonna ignore the entire left side here at the bottom floor. We have some paths there, but they're only gonna lead you to bookcases and stuff like that. You're not actually gonna find any items. No, so where we're gonna head is all the way up there in the northeast. You see a staircase, right? That's actually a tower. We're just gonna walk on over there first, climb the tower, because at the top of it we'll find our first item of the dungeon. And it's a piece of orichalcum there, which I'm gonna craft a meteorite bracer out of for Angelo there, which is gonna be very nice since he is holding on to the Timbrel of Tension. And yeah, here we have 3 boss trolls. These guys are really annoying. You might recall this from the Troll's Maze dungeon there. Yeah, and I believe back then the computer was handling Jessica, and it was set to show no mercy. But here, now I'm gonna show off what I typically do against these guys. Yeah, boss trolls are very susceptible to being put to sleep. I'd say you have roughly an 80% chance of hitting with the Kasnu spell, so yeah, it's definitely recommended to put them to sleep, especially if you have like 3 boss trolls together with enemies such as the Kate Caperers in here. Like, that's a very nasty combination. So yeah, they are not so bad when there are just 3 trolls by themselves, but when they are with enemies which can crowd control you, that's when it gets interesting. So yeah, since they are so easy to put to sleep, I definitely encourage you to do so. And then, you know, on the next turn, you can just dispense all your tension on Jessica and take the trolls out really fast. Oh, and yeah, I know, remember something. As you might recall that in the last episode, we had the Goddess Ring equipped on Angelo there. But since he's gonna use the Timbrel throughout the entire dungeon here, he's not gonna need the mana really, so I just went ahead and removed the ring entirely. It's just lying around there in the bag now. Yeah, we're not gonna be relying on it anymore for the entirety of the playthrough here now. So yeah, and you know, even if we do need more mana, we have like 51 magic waters there in our inventory. So yeah, Mono Region isn't all that special anymore. Oh yeah, and I guess I just glossed this over, but yeah, see here we have a literal crap ton of bookcases if you want to read them. But yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. And if you walk on over here to the left, there will be like a flight of stairs there, which will take you to a dead end. Instead of here, we have some kind of a church with nothing in it. So yeah, I'm just gonna ignore those places completely. And yeah, remember this from back in the island in Northwest? We have the same deflated stairs here, I believe I call them. And up there we have the lever. So yeah, we're gonna have to walk the whole way around there. And yeah, once you raise the stairs there, you will have your first checkpoint in case you need to leave the place here and come back. And let's see. Yeah, inside of here you have like you actually do have a bookcase in there which you can read something in, but it's not even a recipe, it's just some silly flavor text. And inside of here, if you go to the right or to the left, it's just gonna be 2 freaking dead ends, you know. So yeah, there are a lot of ways that you can go on inside of this dungeon that's just gonna end up as dead ends, which is really annoying, especially since it's so gosh darn big, you know. Yeah, they really wanted to, well, confuse the player with this one. This is 100% the most tricky dungeon that you've had to deal with so far, yeah. But, you know, I practiced this dungeon a couple of times over here, so I shouldn't get lost at all here, yeah. So, there you go. But yeah, I should probably just cut this fight out here. Okay, beat their asses. And now we are just gonna heal ourselves up here real fast. And you know what I just realized? I forgot to, well, cast Padfoot. And I'm also gonna use a bottle of holy water. Even if you use these spells here to ward off enemies, we're still gonna get enemies, it's just not gonna happen as frequently, so this is actually quite nice to do. If you don't have Padfoot, well, then I don't know what to tell you, you're just gonna have to deal with the high encounter rate in here. But yeah, there we have the dungeon, there we have the tower where the orichalcum is, and then after we've gotten that, we're gonna head on inside that room, over there. That's actually how you progress. So yeah, right over here, we have the entrance. And we're gonna face some really nasty enemies inside of this tower here. There actually are Mimic Kings in here, which can crit you up towards 200 damage. They actually hit as hard as the boss trolls, but they are way faster. And they also like to confuse your, well, not your party, they can only confuse one of your allies at a time. But like, if they confuse, well, Jessica, or, well, really, if they confuse anyone and they start hitting your own party, it's really gonna hurt, you know. So that's mainly why I wanted to use the holy water and the padfoot there, so we can get through here. Don't worry though, we're gonna see them eventually, the Mimic Kings there. Do not worry, we're just gonna see less of them. And yeah, here we get a nice outlook, I guess, of the castle. Or the citadel, I should call it. But yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna walk down here and cut out any fights that might happen. Unless we see Mimic Kings, I'll show that. Okay, so I'm down here now at the bottom of the tower, so now we're just gonna head on out here and, well, head on into the inner parts of the citadel here. Yeah, through this doorway here. And here we go, 2 archdemons. We haven't seen these yet, right? Have we? I actually don't remember. Well, archdemons here aren't very tough. They can use the Kaboom spell, you can use the Kasnu spell on them to crowd control them, or you can also cast Fizzle on them. However, even if you do, they're still just gonna hit you with their forks there, which is still gonna hurt a lot. I'd say you have about 60% chance to hit them with the Kasnus. It's not overly reliable, but it works pretty well. You know what, I'm actually just gonna try it out here. I wouldn't recommend using it when there are only 2 of the archdemons, but yeah, I'm still just gonna try it here. Yeah, see, they hurt. And, oh yeah, they are also immune to the Kaboom spell themselves too, so yeah, you gotta keep that in mind. But yeah, see, we got them both to fall asleep, so they are pretty annoying enemies, and if there are many monsters on the screen at once and you have like 2 or 3 of the archdemons here, I would definitely suggest you crowd control them and then you deal with the rest of the screen first. Because yeah, they are easy to crowd control and they do hurt a lot if you just leave them be. So yeah, if you're paired up with enemies that will crowd control you, just go ahead and put them to sleep. And come on, no more encounters. And oh yeah, in here we will actually find another piece of orichalcum in this room here. Yeah, so we have like a shit ton of barrels. Yeah, I'm not sure how I should handle this. Should I just speed this up? Well, I guess I can just try and talk over this. Yeah, inside of here you're gonna find, like, yeah, a prayer ring. You're gonna find a seed of resilience, a seed of life, I remember. We'll find the orichalcum, as I just mentioned. And those are essentially the 3 most important items. There is an Yggdrasil leaf, I want to say, in here too. Yeah, some really nice stuff, so it's definitely important that you get these items in here. And yeah, even though this place is very big, luckily, here in the Black Citadel, whenever you find new items... Oh, nice, I know enough Saint's Ashes. But yeah, whenever you find items, they are all clumped up in one spot, such as this. And so that makes it very easy to gather all items in here. And honestly, obviously, I will show you where to find every single damn item in here. They are actually quite easy to find. And there we get the Yggdrasil leaf. You know what? I would actually like to give that to, well, let's see, Elfin. Yeah, see here, for example, we don't need all these Elfin elixirs, or, well, actually here, do this, yeah. I'd rather have a Yggdrasil leaf on Yang since he is so gosh darn tanky there, yeah. But, yeah, as I was saying there, even though the dungeon is big, getting all the items isn't all that bad. They are pretty much along the path towards the end there, well, I guess that goes without saying, but yeah, they are not very hard to find. Yeah, they are not very hard to find once you know where they all are at. But yeah, I'll just show it as we go here. Do not worry, I have a plan. And we're pretty much done here now. And yeah, I believe we only have like 3 or 4 more items to pick up in the entire dungeon after we have looted this storage here. Yeah, if you can believe it. But the items that we'll find past this are very nice. We'll actually be able to pick up a silver shield, a dark robe, and, well, the final item is, well, a sage's stone there, which, well, you know, I'll talk more about that when it's pertinent to do so. And minimum life roll there for Jessica, as per usual, very nice. And a 2. Nice, okay, so at the very least you got a nice resilience roll there. I'm very happy about that at the very least. Okay, so, very nice. Now then, let's just move on up here. Move up the stairs, and yeah, now we're actually about to hit our first checkpoint of the dungeon. And ahead of us here we have our third checkpoint, but you know, once again, you're gonna have to walk, well, down through here and up around a whole bunch more staircases, and yeah, then eventually we can, well, raise the stairs here too, you know. Why am I even talking about this? Let's just move on here, for crying out loud. And yeah, these enemies are pesky. The Caped Capers here will use the underpants dance to, well, crowd control your entire party. It will basically knock you off your feet there, and they have like a 50% chance of hitting you whenever they use it, and they will target your entire party. So yeah, when these guys are grouped up with boss trolls, you know, that is one of those times where you will want to have the Kasnooze spell there on standby, yeah. But luckily, all enemies here on screen are very squishy, so we can easily kill them as long as I get to start here, which is not a guarantee. The Caped Capers have very high agility, and so does the, well, two other guys there too. I forget what they're called, but yeah, see. This is very annoying. So the Caped Capers, whilst they do have very nice crowd control abilities, as you'll see here, they can't deal damage at all. All they're really here for is for healing and crowd control. Yeah, they actually have the Hustle Dance too there, which will heal their entire party for like 70 to 80 health, which, I mean, it's not a whole lot of health, but, you know, it's still very annoying, especially if they use it twice in a round there. But yeah, here, hopefully we don't get knocked down again. Okay, nice, come on. Use Thin Air or Kaboom here now, Jessica and Yangus. Okay, good. We should have them now. But this is why the Timbrel is so damn nice. You save a lot of mana when you use it, and it makes sure that you just kill them efficiently here. And yeah, since, you know, Angelo only has the Kaswoosh spell, he can't hit the entire screen. He can only hit a group of enemies, which is another reason why I went ahead and gave him the Timbrel there. I could have given it to the hero, but, you know, hero has the Zap spell, and the Zap spell hits the entire enemy screen there, which is very nice. But yeah, now we have our first checkpoint here, so we're gonna go through here to progress, and then eventually we'll, well, raise the stairs up there, and we'll have our final checkpoint of the dungeon. However, since we have gotten 2 pieces of orichalcum here now, I'm just gonna leave the dungeon, and I'm gonna go and craft a meteorite bracer there, and I'll come back once I have it on Angelo there. So yeah, I'll see you back here in a second. Alright, so I'm back here now again, and I have crafted the meteorite bracer for Angelo, which will boost his agility here now by plus 50. And before I made the cut there, I realized I never told you how to make it. All you gotta do is to mix 2 rings of agility together with a piece of orichalcum ore, which you found in here, and that will turn into the meteorite bracer there. And, you know, you can buy more rings of agility if you're out of them inside of the Pickham Casino there. So yeah, it ain't harder than that. Now, next up, let's just open up our map here. We're gonna head on up there to the northwest. There's a flight of stairs there, which will lead us deeper into the citadel here. And yeah, outside here in this little courtyard, whatever you wanna call it, there are no items. Like, I think we're just gonna handle it like this. I'm just gonna walk on through this dungeon, and whenever there are items, like, don't worry, I will pick up all of them. But, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, there's nothing over there, there's nothing over there. I'm just gonna move to wherever all the items are, and I'll point it out whenever it's important, so the video won't drag out too long. Like, for example, here, there are more ways to go there, but there is nothing there, so I'm just gonna move. Okay, that's how I'm gonna handle it. I won't talk about it anymore from this point on. Now then, directly to the south of us, we have a little room there, a closet, if you will. That's where we'll find our next item, the dark robe there, which, yeah, we have already found one of those earlier on in the game inside of the, well, inside of Marek's grotto there, I believe. Yeah, this piece of item, or this piece of gear, is pretty nice, but I guess at this point in the game, it's nothing that special. Like, at this point, it's pretty much required to have one of those robes, so that's why they give it to you. And inside of this bookcase here, I believe you learn how to make the metal king shield, but yeah, I already showed that off a couple of episodes ago. Yeah, I guess I could just point it out again. Like, you mix a runed shield there, together with the Urn of Saint's Ashes, with yet another piece of orichalcum, and you will get the Metal King shield. And yeah, you can only find 2 runed shields through the entire game, I want to say, unless you grind them off of monsters there. One here in the normal game, up on that plateau there, and then another one in the post-game, I believe. But let's see, how do we deal with this? I'm just gonna go ahead and, well, I'm just gonna whip him. Yeah, very nice, okay. This is gonna work out beautifully, as long as I get to start here anyways. Nice, come on, Jessica. Nice, okay, so now we should take out at least 2 of these, as long as we just get to attack here. Yeah, this should deal enough damage. There you go. So yeah, enemies like the archdemons here, you can definitely just burst. Yeah. No worries. But, oh wow, that sucked. That really sucked. Well, here we are. He's gone for. He's done for. There you go. The archdemons have been defeated. Alright, so let's see here now. Next up, we're gonna go in through here. Yeah, it's gonna be fairly straightforward. Like, see, that's the thing with this dungeon. The first bottom floor there is the most confusing. Like, now at this point, it's fairly straightforward here. Like, yes, we're just on a long, straight pathway here. So, yeah, it does get a lot easier once you get past the first hurdle there. And let's see, more claws. You know what, I'm just gonna cut these guys out here. Alright, defeated their asses. And inside of this little room here, we will find a piece of premium mold, which I'm not gonna need it for anything, but it's there if you need it for any particular reason there. And here, I'm gonna need to heal up. Yeah, I'm actually taking a beating inside of here. And yeah, I'll fill up my mana soon enough there. But yeah, first here now, down inside of this room, over there, that's progression, so you're gonna want to turn right here and just walk on past these graves, head on down here, and we'll enter a very weird looking room here. Yeah. I wonder what this here is all about. Maybe our party members have something to say about it. What is this place? It looks like there's some sort of strange distortion of space here. One of Raptor's little tricks, no doubt. That's it! I've had about as much as I can take now. I want me mom! I'm shutting my eyes! Someone will have to hold me and show me the way! Okay, yeah, just calm down. I already forgot who I talked to. I think it was Jessica. I can feel I'm getting closer. I can feel I'm getting closer. The big bad boss is nearby. And I'm ready for him. Whatever he looks like, we'll show him. Okay. I like to think that not a lot can rattle me. But this is making me pretty nervous. I don't like it. Yeah, me too, Angelo. But yeah, instead of this chest here, we get a very nice piece of gear, the silver shield. So yeah, if you haven't crafted them before, at the very least you get one for free instead of here. Yeah, so that's nice. Like, normally if I didn't have the Metal King shield, or, like, obviously if we only had power shields or dragon shields or whatever on the party, that shield is a, well, godsend here before the final boss. Yeah, he will use some heavy-hitting fire-type spells there, and the defense too will help protect you from his heavy physical attacks there. So yeah, the silver shield is very nice that they give to you there. Oh yeah, and I guess I never talked to my party whilst out here, in the normal castle, if you will. The layout of this building is so unbelievably complicated. Rapthorn has to be somewhere, but where? It feels like there was still people living here till just recently, don't it? But there's not a soul around now, it's weird. So this is where the great Lord of Darkness lives. Let's hope we finally get to meet our esteemed host. I haven't felt so excited in a long time. And we have yet another battle. And, oh wow, Toot is now level 38. Not bad. 11 HP, 9 MP, only 2 strength, 6 wisdom, and 8 skill points. And this is most unfortunate here, as you'll see. Dude, there we go again. This is most unfortunate here. Like, I believe at 82 points you get the Omni Heal spell. And the odds of me getting enough skill points for that by the time we get to the final boss of the game are very slim. Like, yeah, unless we find a Metal King slime inside of here, I'm not gonna be able to get the Omni Heal, Which I guess, you know, if you don't get it, well, that's just gonna make the final boss a little bit more challenging then. There you go, defeated the claws. And I'm gonna need to heal up. And here. Use the multi-heal. And yeah, this room is nothing too special. Obviously we came from there and you progress through there. And yeah, you have this little flavor text. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this first before we head on. The Lord of Darkness spoke to me. He said, when lost in the city of Spiral, you must never retrace your steps. For if you do, you will lose yourself in yet more powerful illusions. Okay, well, does my party say anything about that? What is this place? I'd say the master of the house is beyond here. I can feel the evil aura creeping up through the soles of my boots. Let's get a move on. I've been waiting to meet our friend Repton for a long enough time already. It seems like you get a lot of different dialogue inside of this dungeon here. Lord of Darkness is here somewhere, indeed. I don't know if it's some effect of our proximity to the Lord of Darkness, but I keep being pestered by childhood memories. All those things should be dead and buried now. Now of all times, they're meaningless. Well, it seems like the final boss, it seems like, yeah, Rapton is playing tricks on our minds there, huh? Very well might be, Angelo. Very well might be. And, yeah, this room. Instead of here, we actually get the final item of the dungeon, the Sage's Stone. And, yeah, there's nothing up here, these stairs, but there is some flavor text, so just because of that, I'm gonna go ahead and read it over there. But yeah, remember this? That's where we came in through a long time, or well, 10 minutes ago, and we ran on through there, right? So, yeah. Plenty of tunnels here in the fortress, yeah. Very complicated place. Or well, not really, but, you know, it seems more complicated than it is. And have we fought these cockatrices guys yet? The foul fighters? Yeah, I don't think we have. As you can see here, they are very annoying. They can take 2 actions in a single turn. And they can also use the Thin Air ability. And they are also liable to use the War Cry ability, as you saw just now, which will knock you over. Very much like the Caped Capers. The foul warriors there, I already forget his name, they are very annoying enemies. They're like the Caped Caper, but they hurt, and they take 2 actions, so yeah, they're incredibly annoying. The Lord of Darkness spoke to me. He said that the Black Citadel cannot exist without its master. If he is defeated, the castle will turn its very substance against the pilgrims from the world of light. Sounds very ominous there. And you know what, let's try and talk with our party yet again here, since we read that. Oh, no, they're just repeating here now. Okay, good, I just wanted to see. So, let's just move on down here then. And apparently my holy water ran out now. If I get incredibly annoyed by the encounter rate, I'll probably just reactivate it. But see, once we get a little bit further up ahead, we're gonna start finding Metal King slimes instead of this dungeon, so I would like to face off against some of those. So yeah, I don't want to reduce my encounter rate any more up ahead here. And you know what, let's just put this guy to sleep. And yeah, see, this here is a very annoying group of enemies that you can face in here. Luckily there are only 2 foul fighters and 1 troll. Yeah, I've gotten very lucky inside of here, I must admit. Like, and you know, since I've had the pad foot skill activated and the holy water, I've had very few encounters, so I haven't really fought against any large numbers of trolls and capers there. So yeah, I haven't been able to show off some of the more deadly combos in here, which is a little bit regrettable. So yeah, it's probably just as well that we don't activate the pad foot anymore, so we get to show off what the castle can do to you. And whoops, I failed to realize that Jessica still was knocked down there. Hopefully Angelo can help me out here with doing some damage. Come on, Angelo. Or is he just gonna tense up again? We'll see, I guess. No! What the hell? I accidentally fled. I had a fight won, and I fled. Oh well. Either way, we're not gonna head on up these stairs. There's nothing there. It's the dead end, once again. And right on through here, we have the Sage Stone. Yeah, that's really nice of the game creators here. They give you the Sage Stone here on the path to progression, so you can't really miss this item here. And whenever you use the Sage Stone as an item in battle, it will heal you for 100 health to the entire party, which which you can just tell is very good or something. I don't know. Let's see. What should I trade out? I mean, I'll probably trade out an Yggdrasil leaf there. Yeah, or Yggdrasil dew, sorry. It's early morning here and I haven't had my coffee yet, so that's my excuse for slurring here. And you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna use the Dancer's Mail here on my healer Angelo here. Yeah, I'd much rather have a third full heal on the entire party there. Or actually, hold on a minute. Alright, so here we are now. I actually went ahead and gave the Dancer's Mail back to Angelo there, and instead I removed one of Jessica's Elfin elixirs and, well, traded it out for another Yggdrasil dew. So yeah, I think that's a good way of handling things. Now then, let's just heal on up. And, yeah. Let's see. In through here, we have another fight. There we go. Defeated the Archdemons, and I'm gonna need to heal on up again. Jeez, dude. Yeah, the enemies inside here, well, I keep harping on this, but they are incredibly powerful. It's actually a little bit annoying how much damage they deal. Yeah. But on the plus side here now, we're done looting all the items inside, so we can just move to the end. And speaking of endings, yeah, we have now ended, quote-unquote, the final stretch here up to the, well, castle or the citadel, the inner sanctums, if you will. Yeah, now we have all the stairs built up here, so if I need to leave for whatever reason, we can just walk on back up here now. We don't have to walk the long way around, so that's very nice. So, yeah, we're pretty much done here now with the dungeon. Pretty much. We still have the final half to go, if you will, yeah. It seems like we've been in here for a long time, but, you know, we're roughly halfway done. And, I'm just gonna cut this out. This is nothing too special. Or, well, yeah, I guess you can. I guess you can dance with these guys here. You can tangle with them. Once again, we're just gonna tense on up and strike them hard. And, yeah, this is gonna hurt, yeah. These guys could totally wipe you out when there are this many of them. And if they have a couple of capers too, well, then it actually might be best just summon your monster team and have them soak some damage and hopefully take a few enemies out. Yeah, I don't think I've pointed that out yet, but having some strong monster teams inside of here is very nice to have. Like, the 8 mana it takes to summon them at this point in the game is very cheap. It's probably even... Oh, wow, that is a very rare drop. Yeah, it is actually probably even recommended to have a good monster team on standby, but I don't. I simply don't, viewers. And here, let's have a look at the assassin dagger. Apparently I already had one. Yeah, right here. A compact knife made especially for assassins. Yeah, I believe that... well, I might be wrong, but I believe that whenever you hit enemies with that dagger, there is a low chance that you might kill them instantaneously, like a 12.5% chance, something like that. Nothing too special, though. Or, you know, I might be thinking of the poisonous needle, or the poison needle now. Just whatever. The dagger ain't nothing too special. And, you know, I'm just gonna cut this out. There we go. And you guessed it, I'm gonna need to heal on up again. They really hit Yangus hard there. Now, inside of the inner part of the citadel, there is gonna be some new enemies appearing. And, yeah, they're gonna be tough. Like, Mimic Kings especially are, well, regular enemies inside of here. You could encounter them before, up there in the tower, on the first floor. But, yeah, now inside of here, they're gonna appear alongside with Foul Fighters and Dullahan enemies, which the Dullahans can use the Oomph spell, and the Foul Fighters, which is what I'm mainly afraid of, they will knock you down with their freaking war cry there, which, yeah, I can't even begin to tell you how annoyed I am with these enemies here. They are some of the worst enemies in the entire game. I would say. Like, not if you count post-game. If you count post-game, they are actually quite timid. But in the regular game, they are incredibly annoying. Yeah, but there we go. Took one of them out. Thank you. Please don't scream. Oh, okay. You know what? I'll take it. Thin air. Thin air is fine by me. Oh yeah, and the Dullahan here, as you'll see, they are incredibly resilient to wind-type spells and abilities, so yeah. Don't use the Kazoo spell on them with Angelo, it's just gonna be futile. But as you can see, they don't hit very hard. They are mainly just here for buffing up their allies with the move spell. And I really wish Angelo had just struck there. That's the one issue when you have him set up to psych the party there. But here's the thing, if Angelo is within range of taking an enemy or several enemies out, he will do so even though he's set to psyching the party up there. So don't worry about that. Like, if he has an opportunity to kill something, he definitely will. And you know what, here, let's just move on. I was gonna use some magic water, but I'm too lazy. Okay, yeah, that's right. Down here we go, into Raptor's lair. And yeah, these stairs here, you don't want to walk down. There's just gonna be a dead end. Yeah, I made that mistake my first time through here when I was practicing the place. Yeah, don't want to go down there. And it's also here in this room that I found that you can encounter Metal King slimes. So yeah, that's what I'm a hope for here. I would really like to get some more experience. And in case you're curious, yes, I have tried to use the Kaznoos on the Foul Fighters, but I haven't made it work once. Of course, I only tried 3 times or so, so I don't know exactly how resistant they are to the Kaznoos, but pretty damn resistant, I'd say. So yeah, I gave up on doing that. But you see how dangerous they are? They knock you over. They can deal a lot of damage in a single round here. And yeah, they have the thin air, which, whilst I prefer it over the Warcry ability there, it still deals a lot of damage to you. And see, they are so quick too. They will almost always start out before you. Yeah, such dangerous enemies. You know, once again, if you haven't, and if you're not all that geared up, make sure you buy a lot of magic water at Triangle Gully. You can buy however much you want over there at the regular item shop. It's 100% worth it. Just so that you can heal frequently. And please, thank you. Oof. Very nice. Ooh, but at the very least they give a lot of experience there, the Foul Fighters, so yeah, that's great, I guess. And you know, I'm probably gonna have to use some magic water here now. Yeah, I'm running low, so you know what, I'm just gonna do this by myself. And there we go, finally. Whew, that took a while. Sure did. But yeah, around here, we'll find a second flight of stairs, which we're gonna walk down, and then we're pretty much at the final stretch once we're at the bottom there. As for these guys, you know, I'll try the Kazoo spell, and the Dullahans here too. Actually, let's try the Crackle too. Yeah, the Dullahan guys here, they too are quite resilient towards being put to sleep. I haven't tried Fuddle or Kafuddle on them, so yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, I would assume that they are just incredibly resistant. Like all smaller enemies here at the end of the game, they typically cannot be crowd controlled. That's just how it works. If something is big and scary, go for it, but if it's something small and quick, they typically are just gonna resist it. It's yeah, it follows that pattern, at least in my experience. And okay, nice. And yeah, we can just probably take him out by pressing the X button here. And please, game, I would really like to see a Metal King slime. Can I please get one? I would be very happy, you know. Once again, I think that they only can spawn in here. Once we get through this place, we're gonna get a new set of enemies, which are actually easier. But yeah, here we have the Frufros. Sounds French. These guys aren't anything special. You can put them to sleep. I do know that. I tried. I don't know how resilient they are to it, but you know, well, we'll just show it off here. I normally wouldn't put them to sleep, though. They aren't anything too special health-wise. You can take them out in a single turn here. I do believe, however, that they can score critical hits on you, or, you know, desperate hits. So they're basically like your boss trolls there, but, yeah, lower health. But as you can see, pretty susceptible to being put to sleep, which means they are, well, rather weak enemies overall. And there we go. Defeated the Frou-Frous. Yeah, I decided to just cut out. Yeah, then we're just gonna sleep until I beat your asses there, so there you go. And here, I did not need to use the regular heal. Oh, easy, dude. Okay, now we're at the bottom here. We're just gonna move on around this beautiful fountain, and now, once we are down here, we'll be in that little weird-looking cylinder room, which we saw from that little balcony where we looted the silver shield. Yeah, we're inside of here now. We have some more flavor text up ahead of us. But first, let's see here if they have something new to say. Nope, they sure don't. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and make a save state here. And then we're gonna read this text here. The 4 statues represents the 4 pilgrims who will journey under a cloud of sadness. May the darkness surround the lost pilgrims. And then the game will heal you. So, yeah, I don't want to be healed. So, you know, I'm just going to load my state there. But I wanted to show off the flavor text there. Yeah, I posted that challenge on myself before. We may not use any regenerating freebies here by the game makers. But yeah, here we have the 4 pilgrims. Yeah, looks a whole lot like us, wouldn't you say? So yeah, all you gotta do to get through this room here, as that other stone tablet told us, you must never look back, or well, I mean, I guess you could look back, but never walk back. Just keep on walking ahead here, and eventually we will reach the end. And yeah, right now everything looks nice and beautiful here. And there we have our silver shield. Yeah. Imagine if you missed this chest by now and you had to start running back. Wow, that would be annoying. Well, like if it was my first playthrough and I had missed that chest, I would probably just have said screw it. Kept on going, yeah. Or maybe you could even anticipate that you would find some way to it in a bit. Who's to say? And, huh. You noticing anything different here? It kind of looks like I lost my head there. What the heck, Rapthorn? It took Tur's head clean off. And yeah, I think the statue still says the same thing here. You know, I'm gonna make another save state. Yeah, says the same thing. Okay, so you know what? Load our state. Okay, I'm not gonna read out that tablet anymore. I'm just gonna keep on going here. And yeah, now things are starting to change up here. And like, needless to say, all the doors inside of here you cannot open up. So yeah, that's why I'm just ignoring them. Oh, and here we have the White Priests, well, one of the new enemies inside of this room. They only spawn inside of this part of the castle, and they aren't very dangerous. They look very scary, but all they really do is they can summon enemies, like they can summon some kind of zombie or skeleton, and they can also summon a bomb boulder, I wanna say, which, yeah, nothing too scary there. And they can also use the Kasing spell, and yeah, there you go, huh. Okay, he summoned a skeleton and a zombie, yeah. But yeah, they can also use the Kasing spell to resurrect the dead team members, and they will also use the Kaboom spell, I believe. And yeah, I'm pretty sure they're too very much like the archdemons there that we saw up above. The White Priests here are also immune to the Kaboom spell, very much like the archdemons there. Yeah, but very easy enemies, they have almost no health. And yeah, I mean, they aren't particularly fast either, so not all that dangerous, I'm gonna be honest. Like, even if they do spawn with some other heavy hitters down here, like, the thing is, they die so damn fast that, like, you would have to be a dumbass. Like, if you ignore the White Priest and instead, like, take out the heavier enemies first, Like, you would just have yourself to blame. Like, you gotta kill the white priests first and then take out the tough hard hitters there. Yeah, it's really easy to bypass their casing spell there. But yeah, here we go. Now we have all lost our heads. The stone tablet is gone. No more freebie healing. Okay. Okay. And now, all of a sudden, we're inside of a prison here. And yeah, see here we have the Hell Gladiators. These guys too can take 2 actions on a single turn, and I do believe that they can spew the paralyzed breath on you there. I might misremember that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they can. And they also can take 2 actions on 1 turn there. But unlike the foul fighters up there, you know, the chicken enemies, these guys are very easy to deal with. Like, they are slower for 1. They hit for about the same damage. I don't know. Like, in my opinion, these guys should have been the ones on the upper floor, and the foul fighter chickens should have been down here. Because these guys, I mean, wow, what the heck? He hated his helmet. Okay, well, that's another rare drop there. But yeah, they are a little bit easy. They are a little bit too easy, the Hell Gladiators there. Once again, I think they should have swapped places with the chicken dudes there. And speaking of the Hell Fighters there, or whatever they were called, Hell Gladiators here, we have a statue of one of them. I don't think you can run up and read it. I'm just gonna ignore it. But that statue will become important in a bit. In a bit, dear viewers. We're just gonna have to keep on running here. And yeah, speaking of bigger enemies and the White Priest, seriously good example. Like, yeah, do not kill these 2 first and then go for the White Priest. That would be dumb, right? Do not do that. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna use the Sap spell, and we're gonna use the Crackle. And hopefully Yangus will use the Thin Air, and that way we can AoE the priest down here. And yeah, you could put the Cyclops to sleep there. They're about as dangerous as the big boss trolls, but I feel like they are much more resilient to Kasnooze, so yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna shoot them all down here. And the stone statue there in the middle, he's incredibly resistant to physical attacks, like incredibly resistant. It's very hard to kill them with regular attacks there, unless you use the Sap abilities on them first, or the Sap spell. I guess we can just show it off. Let's try a Miracle Slash on him. And Jessica, you can use the Twin Drag this guy. And let's see. Yeah, pitiful damage. So you do not want to hit them regularly. Tense up, Kasap them, or Sap them, and then take them down. Or just use hard-hitting spells there. The Capricious spell is actually a pretty nice way of dealing with them, I wanna say, especially if you have tensed up first, but yeah. Overall, though, not very dangerous. Like, they're just annoying to deal with. They die slow. That's essentially it, you know. They hit pretty hard, but they don't crit or do anything nasty stuff like that. Okay, here. Take him out, boys and boils. Oh, and apparently the Metal Slash slices right on through the defense, huh? I never knew that. Or, well, no, that's probably not true. He was stacked up with like 200% extra damage from tension there. Well, even so, the Metal Slash might pierce armor. Because, yeah, the computer tends to use abilities which fit the situation. So, there might be something to the Metal Slash there. But yeah, we have ran around here several we have run around the circle several laps now, so finally, we have something new happening here. Freaking finally, man. And inside here... well, this here looks very ominous. Let's have a chat with our party. I don't know if this is the right time to say it, but thanks. Thanks for everything, dude. I never would have made it this far without you. I mean it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Core, what's with you, eh? And anyway, you'll have to get in line if you want to thank the Gav. I owe him more than you do. Listen to you two. The battle isn't even won yet. If you get too complacent, old Rappy will be most upset, okay? Personally, I would like to finish off the troublesome freak myself and get the hell on out of here. So let's save the chat, shall we, and get on with the job. Why, thanks, Angelo. I hate to break this to you, but we are on the job, after all, me and Yangs here. Who's the best? Who's the best? Who is the best? We are! We're gonna beat him! Okay. He's amping himself up there. I think you could say the tete for later. Talk to talk, I believe that means in French. This isn't exactly the best time. Well, screw you, Angelo. Screw you. Okay, but yeah, we're gonna have a boss fight in here. But before we do, I'm gonna want to take a break. I think we can open up the door here and still be fine. Yeah, so we have a ominous looking demon up there. So before we come back here, I'm gonna take a little break, rest my voice, and I'm gonna equip the appropriate gear here. Oh yeah, Ring of Awakening. And the Catholic ring on Jessica. And then, same here goes for... Or actually, no. Actually, I'm gonna keep the Meteorite Bracer on Angelo. And there is a good reason for that, now that I think about it. Like, the boss here ahead of us has that sleep spell. However, it's a single target spell. So, since Angelo is in the 4th slot, there's only a 10% chance that he's gonna get hit with it. So yeah, it's probably actually better to just keep the Meteorite Bracer on him. But I will still have the Catholic ring on Jessica there. But, I'll be back here in a bit. I'm gonna have myself a break, make some more coffee, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so I'm back here now from my little break, and I'm ready to tackle the game here. So yeah, I noticed during the last episode I forgot to equip my Conqueror's extra on Yang, so yeah, there you go. We are all ready to move on to the next big fight here of the game. And what a fight it will be. Well, is that really Rapthorn? He looks a little bit weird, or small, or whatever. Too impish, perhaps. He's not what I imagined, that's for sure.
I've been waiting for you meddlesome fools. Your pitiful attempts to stop me have been in vain. Behold, I am the Lord of Darkness, Rapthorn. My resurrection to flesh has been a long and painful journey. And what pitiful circumstances we have all had to endure along the way. But humans, now I will unite us in happiness. From this moment, the world of light and the world of darkness will be as one. And this union shall herald the reign of a new ruler! One almighty power to preside over all! The Lord of Darkness! Rapthorn! You will revere me, and you will offer up your pitiful lives as a mark of your respect and adoration.
So apparently this really is the Lord of Darkness himself. Yeah, so what do you know? Now, this guy is pretty tough. Luckily though, there are some things you can do here to, well, counter him. And since I have some highly strung cheese, I think I'm just gonna start off using that, yeah, just to bolster our damage here. And you know what, here. Almost forgot to make everybody follow orders here, yeah, that would have been bad. But yeah, we're gonna pop a piece of highly strung cheese. Then Yangus, I'm just gonna use him to hopefully start stacking some Helm Splitter here on Rapthorn. Jessica, on the first turn here, it is not a bad idea to use the Acceleratle spell to just give yourself an edge here, essentially. However, what I'm thinking I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna be a little bit cheeky, and I'm gonna just oomph up Jessica instead. This is not recommended, however, I'm gonna go for it. And then here with Angelo, I'm just gonna pop the Timbrel of Tension. And hopefully we do not get to see the Wave of Ice spell here from Rapthorn. That would kind of suck if you use it at once. But yeah, here we go. Unique animation there when you tense up with Munchie there. But yeah, now Jessica is online. She's gonna hit for a lot of damage as long as we don't get this spell here. Ooh, okay, good. Things are looking very nice. Now, hopefully, Yangus, if you can score a Helm Spitter, that would be very nice. Nice! Okay, we're in business now. We're gonna deal some good damage here. Some really good damage. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and use yet another sheets here. Yangus, since he's now got the Sage's Stone, can heal the entire party. And see, this series where it would have been nice to have Accelerate up, because then I would have known Yangus would have moved out first. So, yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna go ahead and equip my Ring of Agility and unequip my Conqueror's Axe. This will boost my agility by 25, so hopefully I can go before him. Then, Jessica, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the Twin Dragon Lash here now. And then Angelo used the Timbrel. And hopefully Jessica doesn't get to start here. Okay, nice. At the very least she's gonna have 50. Whew, and if the hero goes... Oh my god. This is pretty much about as good as it can go. As long as she gets to 100. No, it didn't happen. That's a shame. That is a shame. However, we both have Tur and Angelo on max tension here now. Needless to say, if we get Wave of Ice now, that would be bad. Or sad, even. But yeah, if it doesn't happen, this fight is pretty much over. Pretty much. This guy has about 5,000 health. He can score critical hits up towards 300 damage, I wanna say. 250 to 300. He has some very dangerous spells, like as you just saw there. Yeah, okay, so there, we got to see that, yeah. Okay, yeah. No, Gang's gonna die, that's bad.
Oh, bloody hell.
But as you can see, he has a lot of dangerous spells here, so you gotta be on the watch out for that. It's definitely recommended that you use the Accelerate, but yeah, since I didn't, now Yangus is dead here because I couldn't heal him in time. See, here's the thing. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and... I could use the Power Shield. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. This might look strange, but I'm gonna use the Power Shield. Then... Okay, wait, hold on. Let me back up a little bit. First of all, we're gonna redo things here. Miracle Slash. And then... use the Power Shield, Jessica. Then Angelo... Please use the Falcon Slash. We might outright kill him here now. Once again, he's got about 5k health. Wow, that dealt a lot less than I thought. I should have oomphed first. But at the very least, we healed a lot there. There we go, she's fine now. And yeah, that dealt a lot. So yeah, he's pretty much done already. So yeah, this here is why I wanted to use up my chunk... Well, not my chunky cheese, my highly strung cheese there. So that we wouldn't completely trivialize the final boss of the game. Because, yeah, spoiler alert, this here is not the final guy. That would have been a little bit silly, almost. But yeah, we're gonna have fun with it here. And yeah, we got blinded there on Angelo. Once again, remember we had the Catholic ring on Jessica, so she's protected from that. But yeah, here, fully heal him. Jessica, please use the Twin Dragon. Then Angelo, we're gonna need to do some... Or actually, no, here. We need to we need to be a little bit more conservative here. Please just boost up our agility there. And what am I doing? I'm going on autopilot and I used multi-heal, yeah. I was gonna resurrect Yangus there. Whoops. Oh well. No biggie. Some small hiccups here. Yet another Nick Strat moment, if you will. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, the wave of ice. But, you know, that isn't such a bad thing here now. I wasn't preparing for anything big anyways, so yeah. And see, that's unfortunate. When he uses the wave of ice, he only removes beneficial spells. He doesn't actually remove the, well, dazzle effect on Angelo. Okay, well, dude, what should we do with you? What should we do with you? We could use mid-heal. Then again, we have another cheese, so yeah, use the freaking cheese. Oh, his tummy's full. Oh, whoops, I never knew you could actually only feed him 2 pieces there in a fight. I assume that's what it is. Interesting. Yeah, it shows how much I've used much there in the past. Well, then just go ahead and psych up regular like there, I guess. Same goes for you, yes. Or actually, no. Use Accelerator again. Now, however, we're gonna use the Cassing spell. There you go. And yeah, very much like on this boss as on previous bosses, like if you're struggling with him, feel free, or well, go ahead and use the magic barrier with Jessica, which you get the 31 points into the staff tree. That will protect you from his offensive spells, and then the insulatal, damn it, the insulatal buff there will improve your defenses against his cold breath attack, which deals a lot of damage. Okay, you know what here? Things ain't going so hot here. Here, equip this again. And you know what? I'm just gonna keep the agility ring on. Or, well, never mind. Here. Get the Ring of Awakening. Use the Helm Splitter. Then, we're gonna need to use Accelerator again. And yeah, use the Timbrel. Ooh. And yeah, I'm just gonna go in the office here now. I should probably not even have resurrected a gangster, to be honest. He might die now again. The odds aren't very high that he's gonna die, you know, unless that happens. Wow. Okay, you know what? Okay. This is just getting silly now. This is just getting silly, you guys. Okay, is this how you wanna do this? I guess we're just gonna hit you then. Yeah. And, you know what, I said I wouldn't do this, but I'm still gonna resurrect him. I mean, if I don't res him, then the odds of Jessica and Angelo getting hit there by the boss by his desperate attacks increases, well, by a lot, you know, since there is one less target out there. And yeah, see, he really doesn't like me buffing here, huh? He's trying to lock me down, I guess. But yeah, he's pretty much dead here, so I don't even know why I'm being difficult here. Let's just, whoops. Let's just go ahead, do things by the book here. And you know what, here, I'm gonna be a little bit cheeky. Use the Timbrel. And see, this is the nice thing, once again, with the Meteorite Bracer. So freaking nice against bosses to have it. And please don't use the Wave of Ice. Please do not use it. Thank you. And for once, he didn't crit me. How nice. Nice. Okay, yeah. He should be gone now. He really should be. Especially if you get the Hand Splitter proc, which you did. It seems to work like 50-50, or a 50% chance of the time. It seems to proc the sap debuff on Rapthon there. So he's kind of resilient to it, but I got lucky there. Huh, so we beat him. Easy as that. Although I guess I already spoiled that this isn't the final fight, but yeah. Let's see here. Oh, Alistair. We done it. Words can't even describe how happy I am right now. Right, time to bid this place farewell. There's no need for an extended stay in a place like this time to make our exit. Very well then, Angelo. Let's leave. First, I'm just gonna have a quick look around here. Huh. You know, kind of a sheep-looking throne here for the Lord of Darkness and all. But yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna BRB here right quick. I'll be back in a flash. Okay, so I'm back here now. Just wanted to take a short bathroom break there. And now, as we try to leave...
This doesn't look good. We've got to get out of here.
So yeah, now that you try to leave, as the stone monument there said or hinted at before, if you go against Rapthorn, or if you try and defeat him, or heck, even if you do defeat him, the castle will come asunder, and it will turn against the pilgrims there. So yeah, that's what's going on here now. But yeah, we have some more dialogue. We can't die now! We just defeated him! We have to get out of here! Come on! Let's go! I'm gonna go! We gotta get moving! Or he said it's gotta go. Whoops. Is this really a good time for a chat? Run! This isn't a joke, Gav. Or well, Angelo never called us Gav, but there you go. Let's gov. Wink, wink. Okay, I'll just shut up. Yeah, out we go. And now as we try and leave the castle or the dungeon here, the citadel, we will have some more bosses that's gonna try and stop us. So, yeah, there you go. First off, remember... Well, okay, there's no real point of me trying to talk about it yet. I'll just show you here in a second. But yeah, first of all, I don't think it matters whether you're around to the left or to the right here. So yeah, I'm just gonna go to the right, I guess. And we're just gonna need to do what we did before, and that is just to keep on running around in circles here. And as far as I can tell, there are no, well, enemy encounters here, which is nice. But yeah, here, this is what I was gonna start talking about a second ago. Now this statue here comes to life. Our first mini-boss here. The Grey... oh yeah, a Servant of Darkness, I'm gonna say. A Grey Hell Gladiator, but yeah. Okay, so this fight is very easy. There really is no reason at all to struggle in here. Yeah, these guys go down in a flash. I think I'm actually just gonna use the Sap spell here, then... I'm just gonna go ahead and unequip my axe. I might just wanna use Thin Air. I'm pretty sure it works. And then Twin Dragon Lash, this guy in the middle. And, you know, maybe we'll just use the Timbrel. Yeah, sure, why not? But yeah, as you can see here, I'm pretty sure the Servant of Darkness here can take 2 turns, but he deals pitiful damage, and okay, he only moved once there. And yeah, the flames there on the side, they can spew fire at you for minimal damage. Like, it's almost sad even to call these guys here a boss. Like, they are pitifully easy. They just have, like, a couple of hundred health. That's pretty much all we're dealing with. But yeah, as you can tell, as long as you have some ability resistance on you, they can't do diddly dick here. And, oh wow, the Thin Air just wrecked their asses. Holy crap. And we get a shit ton of experience, however. So, you know, wish you could farm those guys over and over inside of here, instead of the regular enemies. Those guys are actually tougher. But yeah, just gonna get out. And once again, I wonder, do we get any more? Nope, no more dialogue. Oh, and look at this. Here we have the pilgrims. Well, yeah, so... Now, since we are gonna walk on out of here, the pilgrims will be slowly restored. I remember how they broke down on our first our first lap through here. Yeah, they were broken down. They're gonna build back up, and yeah, we're actually gonna have to fight the pilgrim statues here in a bit. Just gotta reform first. And yeah, once again, no random encounters. It would have been kind of cooling if they gave us some more difficult monsters to fight against on our way out of here, but yeah, see, now they're all built up, but the hero is still missing his head. I don't think you can leave right now, yeah, so we gotta do one more lap. And, okay, wait, let's see if this has changed. Nope, still the same. It still heals you up, even though we just had that mini fight there. Wow. What the heck? I can't believe I didn't try reading that statue on my test file there as I just ran out. Oh well. One more lap here should do it. We're coming up on the statues here now. In a second. Never mind. Anytime now. There you go. There she blows. And now, for a second quote-unquote boss fight in here. We got the pilgrim statues, which are pushers, to be sure. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna use, whoops, the sap spell here. We're gonna use the thin air. You know, anything that hits all enemies at once is nice here. And then, of course, Angelo is gonna use the Timbrel as per usual. And these guys too, well, they don't hit for a lot of damage. They don't have any special attacks as far as I can tell. All they really do is they will just hit you. And they have some nice health on them, I guess. That's about it. And yeah, there you go. He psyched himself up, but big whoop. He's not gonna deal about 70 damage instead of 50. Then again, maybe the Yagi statue deals more physical damage than the other guys. As you saw that there, just now the hero even wasted his turn there. So yeah, very easy boss, and as you might also have noticed, the hero had, well, he only took half damage from the sap spell there, which, yeah, I'm pretty sure that they mimic your personal resistances here on their characters. Yeah, I don't think I ever talked about that during the whole game, but each one of your characters have their own special magic resilience. I never remember what it is. I mean, it's easy to remember the hero has lightning, but yeah, I don't remember Jessica, Angelo, and Yangus there. I should really try and look it up and really memorize it at some point, but yeah, I never do. And you know what's here? Why have I not fixed this? Whoops, equip the agility ring, and holy crap, wait, hold on a minute, you guys. I almost forgot, and actually, you know what, we can give this to... no, I didn't want to do that. We can also give this to Turi now. We can also use this inside of a fight. Show off the cured cheese, heal up our party. But yeah, here. I wanted to get my plain cheese, our quote-unquote lucky cheese here, as it was. Back to Tur. There you go. We can, or well, now I'm feeling lucky again here all of a sudden. And let's see, Mighty Armlet back on. And let's see, yeah, everything else is fine here. It might actually not be such a bad idea to keep the Catholic and Ring Honor, because I think that there is one more boss here that can blind your party, and it's actually in this room here. But when I was playtesting, it didn't happen, so yeah, I guess we'll see. Not that it really matters though, that because, you know, all bosses inside here, as you're going out or as you're leaving, they aren't terribly difficult. There's only one quote-unquote real fight at the very end here, but even he is easy, or easier in comparison to, let's say, Rapthorn there. So, yeah, there you go. I think, yeah, I'm just trying to remember where to run here, or where to go. Yeah, I only actually practiced this part here once. I was mostly concerned with practicing how to get here, you know. That was my main issues. I didn't want to get hitched up in the big-ass citadel here. But, here we go. Jesus. We got Megalodons. Megalodon sharks. But yeah, once again, you know, nothing too bad here. Nothing we can't handle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna go ahead and psych up, honestly. Yeah, just psych up. Psych up with everybody. Why the heck don't we do that and use the Timbrel here? Yeah, I'm just gonna need to strike these guys really hard, take them out in one fell swoop here. The Megalodon sharks here can crit you, I believe, for a lot of damage. I don't remember how much, but, you know, a lot, that's for sure. Probably damage in the 200s. But yeah, I'm just gonna psych up here and try and really hurt them on the opening turn. And yeah, I think this is good enough. We can probably just the Falcon Slash, and you know, probably just gonna use Thin Air here. Then Twin Dragon Lash, and you know, psych us up. Hopefully it goes first, but he didn't. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Come on, before Jessica at the very least, right? Nope. Oh my goodness. Oh well, at least one died. You know what? I probably tensed up too much anyway, so these guys had even less health than I remembered. But on the plus side, maybe Yangus now can take this guy out. Then again, I think the Thin Air caps out. Oh wow, he crit for a lot of damage. But yeah, the Thin Air, I'm pretty sure, caps out at 300. Yeah, we saw that back at the Dulmagus fight there too. Which is a little bit of a shame that it caps out so soon, but at the same time I can understand it. The ability only takes 2 mana after all, so yeah, can't say I'm too surprised. But yeah, let's see how much mana this will eat up. 16, army 12, 18, okay, not too bad. It could honestly have been a whole lot worse. So here, we're just gonna heal on up, and I think we just got a Yggdrasil do there from the boss, so yeah, you know, I honestly really want it on the hero. Yeah, on the hero or on Angelo. Yeah, here. Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, let's use the cured cheese first, then we'll give it to him later. You know what? Stop dawdling here and just get a move on. Let's just run on out. And yeah, we'll have one more fight here now. Just one more fight. And it's right out here. Holy crap. This is one big ass dude. Yeah, and you know what, I now realize I forgot an item for this fighter. Yeah, it's actually quite nice to bring the big boss shield here if you want to tense up. If you want to use the Kasab spell there with Tud, for example. So yeah, whoops. But no biggie, we're just gonna string us up, and Yangus, yeah, you know the drill. We're just gonna start stacking saps here with Yangus. And you know what? Let's see. Yeah, use the agility ring. Handspear, Jessica, you just go ahead and accelerate us. Or actually, no. No. Let's not do that. Let's just oomph up ourselves here. Oh, no, don't do that either. Psych up. Or wait, how should we do this? Yeah, okay, let's just do it like this. We can use the we can use Angelo there on the next turn to oomph up her. He should go first. You never know, but he should. And what's really nice on this boss here is he actually cannot use the Wave of Ice ability. He just hits very hard, and he has incredibly high defense. So it's a good idea to stack some saps on him. And yeah, if you really want to, I guess it's not a bad idea to equip gear that will boost your avoidance here. Okay, well, this is looking really nice. Psychon up, and unfortunately we did not hit the Helmspear there. And, you know what, I guess I'm just gonna start attacking here. Or actually, no. Psych up. I forgot, I never oomphed. Yeah, never oomphed, and it would be nice if you could get at least one sap stack here. Yeah, Jessica can actually one-shot this boss at this point if you have 2 sap stacks on this poor... Well, on this poor fuck, you know, he's just powerless against her. Come on, at least one. Yeah, there you go. At least one here now. Or we got one, rather. And he missed again. What the hell? Poor bastard. Oh well. Oh well, here we go. Just gonna take him out now. There we go, there we go, there we go. And Yangus, whatever shall we do? I guess... Well, I guess you might as well hit him. I don't really know what else to do here. Oh my goodness. Come on, Jessica, I want to see your damage too here. This guy only has about 3,000 health, so he's about to go down here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see. Wow. You can deal some crazy damage if you zap him like 3 times. Yeah. But then again, there is no need to do so. It's just funny to do so. Well, incredibly easy boss there too. But you do get the Orichalcum ore from him, which is incredibly nice. Needless to say. But yeah, let's see here now. We gotta call on our Godbird and fly away before the castle crumbles.
At last, my soul has the almighty flesh and blood it deserves. The time has come. Now for the rite of union that will bring the 2 worlds together as one. Slaves, devour this vulgar world.
Rapthorn has opened the door between the world of light and the world of darkness. I was able to come through, but in my wake come dark hordes innumerable. Unchecked, his evil minions will exterminate every living being in this world. Rapthorn has already assumed his full physical form. Matters have gone beyond sealing him away now. Our only recourse is to defeat him in battle. It is the only way to save our world now that he has become so powerful. But the chances of defeating him are slim. You are our only hope. You have the blood of a chosen one in your veins. Within you, there shines a glimmer of light. But in his current state, Rapthorn is protected by a mighty shield. We must first break it down, for it renders him impervious to harm. Hold out your hand. That is the Echo Flute. We will not be able to penetrate Rapthorn's shield alone. We will need help. The help of the 7 sages, the brave souls who sealed Rapthorn away long ago. I can feel them. Their will is strong. They have returned to help us to defeat the Lord of Darkness once and for all. They have taken the form of 7 magical orbs, each containing the power of 1 sage. Use the flute. It will aid you in finding them. They are scattered around the world, but you must bring them together. If you are near an orb when you play the flute, it will answer you with an echo. Just as there were 7 sages, now there are 7 orbs. You must gather all 7 before returning to me here. I too have something I must find, so I must go, but I will return. There is little time. We must hurry.
So yeah, now that we have beaten the quote-unquote final dungeon there, or well, it was the actual final dungeon, at this point in the game, now starts a fetch quest, and what you're supposed to do is you gotta go through the entire game, blow this flute here, and yeah, let's see here. You will hear that little tune there, and if there are any of those orbs there in the vicinity, well, you gotta go and pick them up. So yeah, once again, if you're playing blind, this is one of the more annoying parts of the game. You know, because at this point, since Rapthorn is back alive and in the flesh here now, right? He has let loose a whole bunch of new enemies onto the world. I think I was wrong on that before. I thought this happened earlier on in the game, but yeah, it turns out it happens now. Yeah, around in the world now you will face dark-type monsters, which are very tough, so you're just supposed to walk around the entire world, visit all the places you have been to, blow the flute here and there, and see if you can't find the orbs. It's very tedious, but luckily I already know where they all are, since I played the game so damn many times. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and make a split here now in the recording, and I'm gonna finish up the game here in part 39, I believe. Yeah, it should be another hour-long episode or so coming out of this Let's Play here, but then we are entirely done, so yeah, it's a little bit sad here almost. I really am having, I have had a great time with this game, like, from start to finish here. Yeah. Once again, one of my favorite games of all time. And yeah, is there something tingling over there? You know what? Let's play your flute. The echoes resonate in responses to the flute. So yeah, that's how you know it when you're in the close vicinity to where one of the orbs is. The game will let you know that it's somewhere in that area that you're in. So yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You zoom around the world and keep on using the flute. It's hella annoying, but yeah. Here we go. Here's the first orb. Back in Fairbury, where Master Rylus used to live. This is where his house burned down, as you might recall, way back in the first episode of the game. So yeah, I just thought I would get this one here out of the way. But then, in the next episode, you know, we're gonna travel the world for like 10-15 minutes or so. We're gonna find the orbs, and then we're gonna fly on over to Rapthorn there, and we're gonna fight him. So yeah, that's the plan. And also, let's talk to our guys here. Emperor said that we won't be able to defeat Rapthorn as things stand. I know she's only telling it like it is, but it still gets me down. Do you think Kalarash and Valentina are gonna be alright? I doubt monsters are gonna come into town, but I can't help worrying about it. So, this is where the magician, Master Ridus, lived, and we was one of the heirs to the great sages too. How ironic that Dulmagus ended up with the ultimate power once he took the scepter. Yeah, that is quite ironic indeed. Talk about the pupil outgrowing his master. Yeah. You know, on the 3DS version, they touch up on this a little bit more. Like, they give you some cutscenes with Master Ridus there and the Dulmagus, which is nice, you know. Okay, this guy's saying the same damn thing. Yeah, like, if you travel the whole world here now, you might get some new dialogue, but, you know, I'm not gonna do that again. I don't wanna go over every single damn NPC once more here. So, yeah. However, I guess one thing I can try out here before we end off the episode, we can see if we can't find a dark monster out here now in the Fairbury region. Just to try and show it off, because since I'm just gonna go... Nice, okay, yeah, so we got a Mimic King at the very least. Now that I think about it, did we even see a single Mimic King inside of the fort there? But yeah, see, now you can fight them pretty much anywhere in the world here, amongst other more dangerous monsters even. So yeah, there you go. And it's kind of funny, we have a freaking satyr here helping you out in combat. What's he gonna do? Let's see. Let's find out. It's been a while since we fought regular old satyrs here. Yeah. I don't even remember what they did. Like, I think they can use the snooze spell back here, but I might misremember things. They might not even have that spell at this point here. Or, well, this early on. But there you go, the Mimic King is dead. And, yeah, 1 damage. Pretty much what I expected there. But yeah, as you can see, there are some new enemies around in the world, and you can face Mimic Kings apparently, and there are gonna be those dark type monsters that we fought over in Pichu, or in Dark in Pichu rather. You know, all kinds of stuff out here right now. So, yeah, I'm just gonna end the episode here on the Fairbury Bridge here. Yeah, we have ended quite a few episodes on this bridge actually. Takes me back, but yeah. The next episode is gonna be the last one, so I'm just gonna have yet another break, and then we're gonna start roaming the world, and we're gonna collect some of those orbs there. See you guys in part 39. Thank you for watching.